So right now, Turkey Alalshikh was answering some questions about future plans and what he was looking at next. And they was asking him about Terence Crawford. And Terence Crawford's a fighter who just came off a victory over Israel Madrimov at 154. After his victory and winning the belt from Israel Madrimov and being the current champion at 154, he's looking to have some other plans. I know people were saying that he was chasing Canelo Alvarez. That wasn't something he was actually doing. Canelo Alvarez was asked first about the Terence Crawford fight during the Jamel Charlo fight, during the press conferences and everything else leading up to it, the media week. And he said, yeah, sure, I would love to fight Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford's a great fighter. Um, Canelo is actually a fan of Terence Crawford's work, whether fans know it or not. And people try to make it seem like Terence Crawford is not somebody who's an admirer of what Canelo has done over the years. But they both actually admire both guys. Like as far as resumes, they like what both guys have done over the years. And so Turkey Alalshikh, he stepped in and was like, hey, if these guys want to make the fight happen, we're hearing talks from the media about this fight. The media every minute is asking Terence Crawford about Canelo Alvarez, not asking about any kind of opponents at 54. They're going straight to 68. And then Canelo, he's getting the same kind of questions. So Turkey Alalshikh wants to make a meeting between Canelo Crawford and talk about what would they do next and what the plans would be. And he's not going to obviously let everybody into his business as far as what they're doing. He's not going to have anything set in stone in the public before it's behind closed doors set in stone and written in ink or whatever else is involved. But he knows that Terence Crawford is someone who wants to do what's best for the sport of boxing. He's a huge fan of what Turkey Alalshikh is doing in the sport. He's making everything better, letting guys fight each other, paying them well, letting them get exposure that they never would have got in their career. Like guys like Alexander Usyk, who's getting paid very well right now, as he should, with the things he's done in the boxing game, being 2-time undisputed, trying to go for 3-time if he goes back to cruiserweight. But the meeting in January will be centered around future plans, whether that is 54 or 68. Terence Crawford has said recently he's not fully focused on just a Canelo fight. His career doesn't revolve around Canelo or any other fighter. At one point, Terence Crawford is the same guy that said, I don't need to fight Earl Spence. And people was making a big deal about it, saying, oh, he doesn't want to fight Earl Spence, and he's not trying to get the fight done. He doesn't want to make it get done. And, oh, he's ducking Earl Spence and Bob Arum. He needs to leave Top Rank. Terence Crawford has done everything the fans have asked him to. More than Canelo, more than any other boxer you can name in the game. The only person that has him and Usyk, probably the only two guys have done. And you can throw Benavidez and Haney and other guys into the mix. But it's only a select few fighters that have done everything the fans have asked them to. And the guys who don't do everything the fans ask them to, that's who the fans leech on to and love the most. That's who the guys support the most. And it's kind of backwards because you would think that the fans would try to support the guys who are doing what they want them to do. But it doesn't seem that way. The more that the boxers do for the fans, the more the fans get disrespectful and lash out. They even lash out at Turkey Alalshikh for making these big fights. And he didn't ask the promoters to get involved with him. They wanted to also work with Turkey Alalshikh as well. But, you know, it's two sides of the coin, and everybody doesn't want to hold each side accountable. They always have to pick sides and everything else. It doesn't have to be one side. It can always be both sides that can be responsible. But one thing I realized is you can't satisfy everybody, and people don't really know who's the best. So they don't really know how hard it is to even figure that situation out. But Terence Crawford is trying to make things happen in his career. He's not going to be around forever. And the sport of boxing is definitely going to miss him when he's gone. Or when he's not involved with the sport anymore, when he's retired and he moves on with his career, as well as other guys. They'll figure it out soon, but the Canelo Alvarez fight is a big deal to him and to other people because he knows that Canelo Alvarez is a legacy guy, and he wants to also build a legacy. He knows it's a legacy fight. He knows Canelo Alvarez is one of the best of this era, if not the best, and he wants to solidify his own legacy by testing himself against the best. And a lot of people know that. Canelo Alvarez is definitely interested in still fighting Crawford, even though fans don't seem to agree. He wants to make that fight happen as well. And he knows that he doesn't have many options. He knows his career is not going to last forever. Canelo also knows he's slowing down, but he wants to make those things happen. And if Turki Alalshikh can sit down and have a meeting with him and Canelo Alvarez and kind of mend things and get it all together, that's going to be his goal. That's what he's there for. He wants to be the middleman to situations so everything can be fixed. And you can basically block out all the problems and all the issues that come with negotiating and size of the street and everything else. All that can change. Once Turki Alalshikh puts these fights together like he's been doing, it's going to show. He's already showed his work after, 18 months? Really going back further than that. We could say 5 years. But he's already shown his value and his work to the game of boxing. And he's going to prove that he's more valuable than people think. But Canelo Alvarez, he wants to be paid fairly as well. He feels like he brought a lot to the boxing game, which he has. He's helped build up a lot of other careers besides his own by associating and taking these hard fights that he's been in over the years, like with the Triple G trilogy. But Terence Crawford is somebody who's trying to chase greatness right now. And it seems like he's the only boxer that fans don't want to see fight Canelo for some reason. Him and Benavidez, they get a lot of flack for trying to fight Canelo. Everyone else gets a pass. Even the guys who fought Canelo over the years, they've all gotten a pass like they're just that much better than these guys, and they're not. They haven't proven that they're better. I mean, the fact that Canelo fought Amir Khan and Terence Crawford got Amir Khan up out of there in no time, that should prove everything. But that's all I got.